On a night where style points were minimal, injury reports were maximized, and the Rangers put the guts in gut check. 2-1 the final at the Garden over the Carolina Hurricanes. John Giannone alongside Henrik Lundqvist here in our Delta MSG studios from the Garden. We're going to hear from Steve Valiquette as well. Dave Maloney will work the dressing room. What a night, Henrik. I mean, very, very different than the games that we saw out west, but probably more impressive than any of those wins, given the opponent and the way this night went.
Yeah, it felt like the Rangers really had to dig deep going after the third period. We asked for more intensity. We saw a lot more intensity in the third period. Chances both ways, a lot of blocked shots. Joe and Sam talked about it. It felt like a playoff game, especially in that third period. And Igor came in up big, obviously, with some huge saves. But overall, great team effort. We talked about this going into this game on the road, 5 games, winning all of them, coming back home. You know, you really need to dig deep there to find a perfect game. And they also played a really good opponent tonight in Carolina. They're a hardworking team. I felt like they matched that tonight. Also, thinking about this game, I think it's great to see the third line come up with this big game-winning goal. It's good for the morale to feel like all lines are adding to this team. We're going to talk a lot about, you know, the first 2 lines on this team, how important they were during the road trip. But for them to step up here and score this big goal for the team, I think it's good all around. Yeah, on a night where only power play goals were scored for the first 2.5 periods of the game went into the final 10 minutes, tied at 1, and it called out for someone to step forward. And if you had Cuylle as your choice to do that, congratulations to you, because he's the one who scored the game winner, and he was voted the #1 star of the night. It was a terrific goal, Hank, and it was assisted by yeoman work from Trouba. Incredible work, you know, to first stand up on the blue line and follow through the play. A lot of demons there would just get the puck low, but instead he goes after the puck, and the patience there in the corner and wait for the perfect opportunity to make that play for the game-winning goal. Incredible play by Trouba.
Yeah, so the second goal in his young career for Cuylle, and it becomes the one that wins for the Rangers, now 8-2, and they have done something tonight that only one other Ranger team had done in the 97-year history of this franchise, and that's win 8 of the first 10 games. The only other time it ever happened, Herb Brooks was coaching the team 40 years ago. Terrific win for the Rangers. The other goal tonight was scored in maybe more familiar fashion, and that was Chris Kreider from 2 feet away on a slam dunk on the power play.
Yeah, it was just an incredible play. First by Trocheck to get the play through the neutral zone, and here we see the awesome play down to Panarin. And I know Steve talked about that play in the intermission about the backhand pass. Not many guys in this league can make that play. It's very impressive to see not only how hard it is, but the accuracy on the tape right in front. No surprise, though.
Yeah, because if you're a goaltender, are you surprised? You know, do you ever expect a backhand pass to come from that spot? And maybe did that pass catch Anderson a little by surprise?
I think as a goalie now, when you know you're facing Panarin, you have to expect that. You have to expect the unexpected. When you play the top players around the league, Panarin he's what, top 5, top 10 in the league right now, and yeah, you kind of have to be ready for that. Even though it doesn't make sense sometimes, you're looking for him to maybe receive it, put it on his forehand. But again, when you're facing some of the best players, stuff like that will happen.
I think one of the more amazing stats from tonight's game, the Rangers had 18 skaters. 13 of them had a blocked shot. Vincent Trocheck was one of them. Let's hear from him after the game. He met up with Dave Maloney in the dressing room.
Well, Vin, that was not exactly the 10th game of the season. It seemed to be a pretty intense deal.
Yeah, it's a big game. I mean, division rival. I think we're probably going to see them a lot down the road here, maybe in the playoffs. So it's a big game for us.
And again, coming off the success on the road, your coach said yesterday that the little things have been the things that are most important, and it seemed pretty evident against when you were down a couple of guys.
Yeah, it's never easy whenever you have 2 guys go down, but guys got to step up. There's extra minutes out there, and I think guys on this team are excited for those. And I thought we played really well, really hard, especially when we were up a goal late. So it shows a lot about our team.
And once again, it just looks like you never panic. You just continue to do the things you think you need to do to get it done.
Yeah, I think we're pretty confident in the way we've been playing defense this year, so I think when we're up a goal, we're confident enough to just play our game and know that we're able to shut teams down.
And again, at the end of the day, you got the guy in goal that you can count on.
Yeah, it's obviously nice having Shesty back there. It makes you a little bit more confident. You know, if you do make a mistake, he's back there, make the save majority of the time, so nice to have him back there.
Quite a score sheet tonight for Vincent Trocheck. 4 hits, a block shot, 14 and 6 in the faceoff circle. He has been dynamite on faceoffs, now nearing 65% for the season. All part of the 2-1 Rangers win. You heard him just talk about the confidence that this team is building. Do you agree with Dave? This did not seem like game 10 of a season.
Well, it's good to play different types of games and also win in different types of ways. But Trocheck, he was awesome tonight, all over the ice, making great plays, and he talks about confidence. And it's great when you feel confidence in the system, you feel confidence in your teammates, in your goalie. You know, you can just see this team. They're not forcing plays. We talked a little bit after the second period, forcing a little too many cross-ice passes. But in the third, I felt like they were back to the way they should play, more north-south. And also he talked about being up a goal and the confidence they feel in each other, in the system, and the goalie.
Yeah.
You know, that means so much. A lot of games will be decided those last 5 minutes, how you are able to feel good about where you are as a group and what you need to do. And we've been seeing it over the last couple of weeks, especially on the road trip and tonight again.
And we talked about it in the pregame. When a lift has been needed for a team or a save has been needed, Igor Shesterkin has been there to provide it. He did throughout the West Coast road trip, and he did again tonight. What an evening for Igor Shesterkin when you look at what he was able to do. 27 saves, now 6-2, and some saves at the crucial times up a goal when he really, like you, seems to elevate his game to a different level.
Yeah, it was a game, at least for 50 minutes, a lot of straight-on opportunities. We saw a couple more east-west opportunities for Carolina in the third period, but overall it was a lot about control for Igor. First shot, making sure there was no second opportunities, putting that rebound in the right place, and then he had good help from his defense, but overall, great structure in his game. And we talked about going into the game about his ability going side to side because of the way he pushes with his far knee all the time. And yeah, I just love him, watch him play. His technique and his focus is top notch.
And he sure did get some help from the players in front of him. 23 more block shots for the Rangers in this one. As I mentioned, 13 different players blocked at least one shot. Jacob Trouba was among that group. No surprise, he's the league leader in block shots. He spoke with Dave Maloney after the game.
Yeah, not a whole lot of adjustments. I think guys stepped up, filled in spots, continue to play within our structure, and I feel like that's something that this group leans on is the confidence in our structure in the game we play, and we feel that throughout the course of the game that's going to serve us well.
Just losing Fox in general, I mean, he's such a big part of the play.
Yep, guys are going to have to step up. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm sure you get it from Lavi, but. Yeah, if he's out any period of time, he's obviously a huge player in this league, a huge player for our team, and it'll be on guys to step up.
Can you just walk us through the winner, what you saw and how it developed?
Almost lost the puck at the blue line for a breakaway, and then it went down the wall. Wheels kind of set a good pick. I think it was Wheels, and just kind of had the puck for a second, saw Cool's going to the net. Yeah, he put it in.
And again, it didn't. There's no evidence of any panic level, irregardless of injuries or play. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're confident in the structure we play, and who's ever on the ice, we know our jobs, our role. I think the coach have put the players in a great position of knowing your job when you're on the ice, whether we're in that 1-3-1 or going hard up the ice. It's I think every player knows their job. I think that's kind of a nod to the coaching staff that guys can just fill in their spots, and we can continue to play how we play.
Does the communication amplify on the bench when you go down a man in your own position? I'm imagining you guys are mixing up deep pairs and whatnot. Is there just way more chatter?
Not way more. I think you kind of get the rotation as it goes. I was mostly playing with lefties with Foxy out, so it's not too much of a conversation with me. When you get two lefties out there, that's probably where there's more talk. But yeah, just knowing who's going for who and when, that's really it. When you get out there, you're just playing hockey.
Just like you said in the intermission, right? I mean, players are used to, at this point, losing a man to injury, and that's what Jacob Trouba was talking about, the 5-man defensive rotation with Adam Fox out of the lineup. I thought the number that jumped right off the screen during that interview, he played 25.56 after flying almost 6,000 miles over 11 days.
Yeah, he was ready to go. There's no question about it. But you talked about, obviously, losing a guy. What's the mindset like with players? Of course, you're aware of it. It's a big drop when one of your best players goes out, but at the same time, you can't be talking about it too much. You don't want to look for excuses. Instead, you're looking for opportunity. Guys to have to play more minutes. Guys that maybe don't see as much ice time have to now step up. But some of those extra minutes apparently landed on Trouba himself. But it was great to see him, especially in the third with all the blocking shots and that big play he talked about on the blue line that almost led to a breakaway the wrong way. But yeah. I just loved the way he followed through on that play. Showed a lot of confidence. And also for a D-man to follow through on a play like that can only happen if he can trust his teammates that they will back him up on that play. Otherwise, he will sit back and that goal will never happen.
And great instinct by Will Cuylle heading to the net. That's where the puck went. Then it went in the back of the net, and the Rangers would go on to win it